Hey gang, Jane back today with a crochet technique tutorial. Today we're working in our ends as we go, and I'm going to show you how to work them in securely so they don't slip out. This is the second video in this series. The first video was for the single crochet stitch, and today we're working with the double crochet stitch. In the first video, we talked about how only working over your ends can lead to snagged pieces easily being pulled out because there really isn't much holding them in place. Well, the same holds true for the double crochet stitch. So what do we do about that? Well, this technique is going to work a little bit different with the double crochet because these stitches have more height to them and thus gives me more stitch to work with. I can actually weave the ends into the stitches themselves as I crochet, and they disappear right into the centers nicely. In fact, sometimes this is even more secure than darning them afterward because you're pretty much wrapping them right into the stitch itself. I love to work with lots of color and I love granny squares, so what has made this whole process so much more enjoyable for me is learning how to work my ends in as I go. Then when I'm finished my squares, I can get right to joining them into a blanket or a sweater or whatever I've been patiently waiting to create. Hey, if you haven't already, be sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you're enjoying these tutorials, please like and share them with your friends. That helps me to keep this free content coming and to help inspire more people to get creative. Today's tutorial will be focusing on double crochet solid stitches and double crochet with chain one stitch in between. This chain stitch space is often a big challenge, as with the height of the stitch, that end is right out there for all to see and to easily slip out. It can ruin the nice look of a lacy stitch. But after today, you'll know how to magically hide that end right into the work so no one can find it and it's much less likely to slip out. All right, let's get working our ends in. All I need for this is a square that I can work a double crochet solid stitch on and a double crochet chain one stitch. I'm going to use my Easy Breezy square today because it has a nice solid border here that I can work into. So a regular way to work your end in with your double crochet is just to work it straight through the center. And I explained this method in my single crochet video. Same idea, you just work right over top and it goes right through the center. So on the front, you don't really see it. On the back, with double crochet, it's a little more noticeable. It's still tucked into the center of these stitches right here. If I were just to work over top of it without any sort of weaving in, and it's snagged, so here it is here, and I pull it out a little bit so you can see that it's snagged. So whether it's a garment or whether it's a blanket and you have this little pull and something else goes in there and just pulls on it, the whole end comes out. So this is what we're trying to avoid, and I'm going to show you how I weave my ends in so that it doesn't do that. If you're working double crochet with chain spaces and you only work over the end without any sort of weaving it in, it shows. It shows a lot. This is the front and this is the back. And it's there, and again, it will pull out super easy. So I'm going to show you how I weave it in with the chain spaces. So there's many ways to start with double crochet. You could do a chain stitch start, a standing double crochet, or a stacked double crochet. If I were to do a chain stitch start, which is very common, I will show you how I do that. So for the starting stitch, I would go in and loop and pull up to join the yarn. Then I'd want to do chain 3 to start a double crochet. And the way I would do that with this cut end is I would work it into the chain. The way that I do that is I take the cut end and I cross it up over top of this working yarn right here, and I do my first chain. Then I take the cut end and I bring it back down across the working yarn and I chain my second one. Then I take it and throw it back over top of the working yarn, this one right here, and I chain my third one. So it has been worked up into these chain stitches and it now sits up beside my hook. The next stitch I would do would be a double crochet, and I have it up at my hook, which is what I want. And now I want to work my double crochet. Into my next stitch, I will need to wrap the yarn around before I go in. What I do is I hold my end with my finger at the back of my work. So this is the cut end right here. This is the working yarn. I want to go under the working yarn, but I also go under the cut end. So I'm going under both of those strands of yarn so that this cut end is worked into the stitch. Then I bring the hook forward and go into this first stitch right here. And the hook is going to go under the cut yarn at the back, so it's kind of double worked in. Then yarn over, pull up a loop, and let's take a look at what's on the hook here. We have our first loop that was here, and we have the yarn over we just pulled up, and then this is the wrap, and it's actually got both strands there. It would normally be one strand for a double crochet, but the cut end is wrapped into it. They represent one. So see how well this cut end is going to be worked into this stitch? And now we complete our double crochet by yarn over and pull through the first two, because the cut end and the working yarn act as one strand here. 2 loops left on the hook and complete your double crochet. Now the cut end is worked right through the center, woven right in there, and it's down here at the base. The next stitch I'm going to work is going to be working over top of this piece of yarn. So we work a regular double crochet, insert into the next stitch, and go under the cut yarn, bring up a loop. We have 3 loops on the hook, 3 real loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2. Now to get a little extra weaving in here, I want to bring this yarn, this cut end, back up to beside the hook. And the way I do that is I have to do it before I complete these last 2 loops. So the cut end will come up and across my working yarn, and then I will complete the last 2 loops of the double crochet, and my yarn is now up here beside my hook. Now I didn't leave a very long end this time. Normally I leave a much longer end and I work it in for a bit. But that's okay because it is woven up through the first chain, down through the second stitch, and now we've woven it up through this next stitch, and we're going to weave it down through the next stitch. To do the next stitch, we do it just like the second one. So I'll hold it at the back and I'll go under both the cut end and the working yarn. I will go into the next stitch under the cut end, and I will make my double crochet, go through the first 2, and I'm going to leave it down here because it's actually so short now I don't need to do anything else with it, and go through the next 2. And then I'm just going to work one more stitch kind of over top of that, kind of catching it in, and you now can see it's worked right in here. So I'm just going to complete a few more stitches and we'll look at it from the back. When you work it in this way, it works in very quickly. So it's literally worked in these first 4 stitches, and technically I really should have left the end a little bit longer, but it wouldn't have made it more than 1 or 2 more stitches. So let's turn it around and take a look and see if we can find it. Taking my trusty darning needle. Now I have to find one that doesn't mean the very end. It's really hard to find it. I think that might be it there. And if I give it a little bit of a pull, it does give it a pull, but it doesn't pull it out of your work. And then if you just give it a nice tug back, it works its way back in again. So it's woven in there really nice and secure. Let's try this again with a standing double crochet. So I'd start my regular double crochet row with a standing double crochet, which means I wrap the yarn twice around the hook, holding the cut end at the back with my finger, going into my first, I go into my corner, and you don't want to work under it because it'll actually show. So don't let it unwind, but don't put it over the hook. So I'm holding it underneath the hook. And I complete my standing double crochet as a regular double crochet stitch. My cut end is back here and it's up at the hook, which is exactly where I want it. Because the yarn is up at my hook, I can weave this end into the next stitch. So holding it at the back with my finger, I would go under both strands, the working yarn and the cut end, bring the hook back under and tuck it into that first stitch, not where we just worked, but the first stitch, and go under the cut end again. And we're working a double crochet. So we work through 2. And if you want to work it back up, this is the place to do it. You can leave it down there and work it into the next stitch just at the bottom, or you can bring it back up to the hook and work it down into the next stitch, which I do that as well. But you have to do it before you complete these last 2 loops. You bring the yarn back up and across your working yarn, and complete the last 2 loops. If you forget to do that, it lays down here, and then if you bring it back to the top, it doesn't work because it's already down here. You need it to be up beside the hook in order to work it down into the next stitch. So let's work it into one more stitch so you can see what I mean here. So it has to be up here in order for me to work it down into the next stitch. So I'll show you here. You hold it again at the back. You go under both strands, the cut and the working yarn. You go into the next stitch and go under the cut yarn. Wrap the yarn around and pull up a loop. Kind of get them all about the same tension here. You don't want anything more loopy than anything else. Yarn over and pull through these 2. Again, if you wanted this to go to the top, you would take it up here, but let's leave it at the bottom for this one and see what happens here. So finish your double crochet, leaving your cut end at the bottom. We can just work over top of it here because you could do that every 2nd stitch or even every 3rd stitch because this secures it nicely when you weave them in. But if I was trying to weave this one into the next stitch, I would have to go under it and under this, then come back underneath the stitch and pull it through. Let's complete this and see what it looks like. It can be done, but let's see if we can get a close-up here. This is where the stitch is worked from the top into the next one, and this is where it's worked when it isn't. And see how that strand hangs out? You don't want that because that will snag. And it actually kind of wrecks the look of your crochet as well. So that's why you want this to be up at the hook if you're going to work it down into the next stitch. So now we're going to do the double crochet chain 1. We're going to start with a standing double crochet again. So we wrap the yarn twice around the hook, holding the cut end at the back of our work, going into our corner and not putting this over our hook. We want it underneath our hook. And we're going to complete our double crochet. I am still holding on to it so it doesn't unravel. But here it is over on the side here, right over here. We want to secure that in, and we do it in our first chain. So it's already wrapped around the yarn naturally, so we just go ahead and chain 1. So we're going to skip our stitch and we're going to go ahead into the next one by working this in. So we go under our cut end, holding it at the back, and under our working yarn, skipping the stitch, going into the next one and going under the cut end this time. Yarn over and pull up a loop. And then we're going to complete the first 2 loops. So yarn over and pull through 2 loops with the cut end as well. And before we complete these last 2, we need to pull this to the top. In this case, we have to have it up at the top with the hook because we're going to do a chain stitch. So we put it up across our working yarn and we complete the double crochet. Now it's up here at the back behind our hook. We bring it back across our working yarn and we chain 1. If we were to do a chain 2, you would bring it back and do the second chain. It doesn't matter, you just weave it back and forth in the chain till you're ready to come down for your next double crochet. So at this point, we've already done our chain 1 and we're going to skip a stitch and we're going to work into our next one by going under our cut yarn and our working yarn, holding it at the back. Into that next stitch, we're going to have our double crochet, pull through the first 2. These 2 loops are on the hook. We're going to take that cut end and throw it up over our working yarn, yarn over and pull through 2. Bring the cut end back across and chain 1. And that's all there is to that. We'll do one more. Go under both of these strands. Skip a stitch and into your next one. Bring up a loop, yarn over through 2, take your cut end and throw it up over top of your working yarn. See, I've done that there. And then yarn over and pull through the last 2. Yarn back to the front across your working yarn and chain 1. And you're ready to do it again. So let's do a few more and then we'll take a look at that. See how there's no strands in the middle of our spaces on the front or on the back. It's beautifully woven up and down. So your strand is worked up through your first stitch, across, down into this stitch, and then you bring it back up to do your chain, down into this stitch, and again the same all the way, so it's creating this nice loop-de-loop. And it is woven in there really well, probably better than you could darn it in, to be honest. This is the front and this is the back. So let's see if we can find it. You know what? I can't even find it. It's in there. It's not coming out. Put it that way. Now you have another technique in your repertoire. These techniques for the single crochet and the double crochet are the basis for all stitches and will work with most stitch types no matter the pattern stitch you're doing. However, I will have another video to cover half double crochet and treble stitches, as there's a few slight tips there that are handy to know. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to my channel so you're sure to catch all my tutorials as they come out. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.